A bus carrying 63 Chinese Christians is making its way to a Thai detention facility. They expect to be deported back to China, from which they fled 4 years earlier. If sent back, it could be a death sentence for these believers. Desperate to buy time, a few of the ladies on the bus ask to pull over because they feel sick. Meanwhile, in Washington, religious freedom advocates Bob Fu, David Trimble, and many others are lighting up the wires to members of Congress and the State Department's International Religious Freedom Office. The U.S. has not granted these refugees asylum, and time is running out.
They could be taken to the airport at any time. This is a turn for the worse. We have to get them out now.
When the Mayflower Church left their home in Shenzhen, China in 2019, they told the authorities that they were just going on vacation to Jeju Island in South Korea. There was no other option for them. A group already targeted by the communist government for holding unauthorized church services and seeking to teach their children outside the state-run education system. Once on Jeju, the group applied for asylum, but were denied repeatedly and received consistent harassment from Chinese agents in Korea.
Their reach is long, and they followed us relentlessly. When we went to a restaurant, the agents took videos of us from behind their menus. When we walked down the street, they followed us, reporting our location back to their handlers in Beijing.
It became clear that South Korea was a dead end for the fleeing church. Without a viable option to stay, the Mayflower Church made a dash to Thailand on August 31st, 2022. Armed only with 15-day tourist visas, the move was a desperate one. Overstaying their visa in Thailand would almost certainly mean detention in Thailand, and most likely, deportation back to China.
The agents followed us to Thailand. When we tried to rent an apartment, they intruded on our conversation with the landlord, telling us that they knew where we lived and would not let us out of their sight.
With their fate measured in days, international religious freedom advocates from around the world rallied to their side. Many flew to Thailand to help them write the dozens of individual UN refugee applications needed. But the days dragged into weeks, and the weeks to months. For 9 long months, the church hid from the Thai authorities as their applications were reviewed. The Chinese agents were aggressive, and one day in March, the church was arrested and thrown into a crowded Thai immigration detention center. They prayed, knowing that at any moment they could be put on a flight to Beijing and never heard from again. With the Mayflower Church now in detention, the State Department kicked into gear. Finally, they agreed to extend asylum to the Mayflower congregation. After over a week in detention, their cells were suddenly opened one Thursday, and the group was ushered to the Bangkok airport. Instead of a flight back to Beijing, they would be coming to the United States, to freedom.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Friday evening travelers rush past each other through DFW's busy terminals. It is Good Friday, one of the holiest days in the Christian calendar. At 7:34, the first of 4 flights from Bangkok, Thailand, lands, with hundreds of weary passengers. Pastor Pan breathes a sigh of relief, as do the 59 congregants with him on those flights. Their 3-year-long saga of escape from the Chinese Communist Party is finally over. A delegation is already at the airport to greet them with food and flowers.
For us, touching down that night in America was validation for our years of struggle to escape the suffocating grasp of the Chinese Communist Party. On behalf of my congregation, I want to thank the international religious freedom community and urge them to keep fighting for those still being persecuted around the world. You are a powerful force, a voice of truth in the storm of religious repression. Keep fighting for us. We need you.